Well, hey everybody, I'm John Redlin with a special Christmas Eve edition of AEW Dark from Krampus Christi, Corpus Christi, but I'm sticking with the whole Krampus theme because it worked so well last week, so why not stick with it? I do want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas and whatever holiday you celebrate. It really has been a blast this year, and thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this review. And what do you guys think of AEW Dark? I really would like to know what you guys think in the comments because I thought the show was kind of average. It is cool that AEW takes the dark matches, puts them for free on their YouTube channel, and sometimes we can get some decent storylines out of it. There was one good match, decent to good match, and then everything else was kind of But I'll get into why here in due course. Tony Schiavone, Dasha Gonzalez welcoming us, and then we get Excalibur and Colt Cabana on commentary. We start off with Sammy Guevara versus Brandon Cutler. Not sure what they're doing with Brandon Cutler exactly. He's tried this whole gimmick change of like now having face paint and new outfits and stuff like that, but he's not a bad worker. He's actually a pretty solid worker. And Sammy Guevara, I had heard quite a bit about him and then got to see him actually at a Without a Cause show earlier this year. So I got to see him live, and I definitely get why people hyped him up so much. Actually got to meet the guy. Really, really nice guy, too, if you get a chance to meet him. Sammy, of course, with the cocky antics and everything, he really is coming to his own here. Obviously, as Chris Jericho's handpicked guy, you can tell Chris Jericho is going to do what he can in the limited time he's going to be in the ring, maybe another year or two, to make sure that Sammy Guevara is as ready as possible, because Sammy is definitely a future star. I mean, he's already really good, and he's only going to get better. We then get this weird thing of like dueling dives at one point, because Sammy kept evading Brandon, and then eventually they did a dueling dives thing where one did a dive and then threw the other back in the ring, and then that person did a dive and then they threw him back in the ring, and then the other person did a dive. Okay, so we just did this, and I mean, it was fine. We then get Sammy Guevara hitting a stomp on the apron, as we know, the hardest part of the ring. Brandon does put a good sequence of moves together, including a elbow strike, phenomenal forearm, essentially from the top, just for two. And then Sammy Guevara hits a really nice shooting star press, but takes forever, does a cocky cover, 1, 2, and then gets rolled up, 1, 2, almost cover, but nope. He hits a variation, kind of a variation of Donovan Dijak feet, and I'm going to call him Donovan Dijak because it's a lot harder to say the other name. Kind of with a variation of Feast Your Eyes, has him up on the shoulders, and then hits a knee strike. And, I mean, I'm not going to try to do a knee strike here on camera, but 1, 2, 3, Sammy Guevara gained the victory. Right call. Decent match. It was at least nice that both these guys were competitive. Brandon had a good showing, but there was no doubt Sammy was going over. And then we get a Joey Janela interview. He cannot do interviews. He needs to not do interviews. He needs to not do promos if this is what he's going to do. I have no idea what he said. It was something holiday themed. I do not get the appeal of Joey Janela at all. We then get the Hybrid 2, which is Jack Evans and Angelico versus Private Party versus Best Friends versus Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz. It was a mess. It was an absolute mess. It was a 4-way tag match. They should have just made it 4-on-4. It should have been the Best Friends and Private Party versus the Hybrid 2 and Proud and Powerful, only because for a while that's where they were going. Until people started doing their, pinfall attempts, nobody was trying to break anything up. They were just like, pairing off as like the babyface teams and the heel teams. And they might as well just made it that 4-way, or, a 4-on-4 match instead of this 4-way. Also, because there's no DQs in a 4-way, they kept doing weird referee distraction, which unless AEW has suddenly announced that there are DQs in a 4-way, how would you do a DQ in a 4-way? You DQ the team and then the other 3 teams win? I mean, how the hell would you do that? It was very weird and very convoluted when it didn't need to be. And then, okay, I got a question. After a bunch of double teams and stuff like that, and mixed with a bit of awkwardness, why when Proud and Powerful went under the ring, to get a ladder, Orange Cassidy's just there laying on a ladder? Why? I mean, seriously, why? To what end? To pop the crowd? Okay, cool. If you have 4 teams that you want to try and give some time to, what purpose does he serve there? And then, here's even the dumber thing. You have everybody doing dives and stuff like that, including the Hybrid 2, so they're outside. And then while the referee is somewhat being distracted, Orange Cassidy just gets up there and does his dive. To what end? What does that, what benefits that? Who benefits from that, really, is what I'm trying to say here. I just don't understand. Who the fuck benefits from that? No, nobody. I'm sorry. I know that there are fans of Orange Cassidy. That's fine if you're a fan of Orange Cassidy and you're watching this. I just don't fucking get it. I don't fucking get it at all. And then, Santana, gets the sock full of baseballs and everything. It hits everybody, including Orange Cassidy, which is about time somebody did that. Hey, this guy is being able to do all these damn antics and everything, and to cause disruptions. I know, I'm gonna hit him with a sock full of baseballs. I mean, he hit other people too, but it's like, okay, good. That's what you do when somebody decides to do something stupid like that. When somebody decides to insert themselves in a match when they shouldn't be, you should be able to do that. Of course, later, Street Sweeper 1, 2, 3, and Santana and Ortiz get the victory. Private Party look good here. They are a really good team. I actually hope the Private Party does get a decent push in 2020, eventually becomes tag team champions, maybe around May, because I think the Lucha Bros are going to take them from SCU, or take it from SCU. God forbid if they give them to the Dark Order. But anyway, this match was kind of there were some good moments, but then just the stuff with Orange Cassidy. I'm sorry, anytime Orange Cassidy is in a match, I check out. I just don't care. I just don't care at all. I know that there are people who like him, and that's great. I don't. We then get footage of Pac taking Naka off. I don't want to see this guy on TV. I'm sure he's a nice guy backstage. I just don't care for the gimmick. But he's apparently Kenny Omega's best friend somehow. And Pac has been beating him up the entire night. I mean, obviously they acknowledge that AEW Dark takes place after Dynamite. So he's been beating him up for like the last 2 hours, which is weird. And then he puts a chair on his head. Instead of putting it like on his throat where he's going to step on, he puts it where like the lip is like this. So his face is on it, so it's like, holy crap, he's going to do this. He's going to do a stomp. He wants to get a match with Omega. He wants the rubber match. Pac won 1, Omega won 1, and Pac's like, I want this. I want this match. I want this rubber match. And he was going to do a stomp off the ropes and then jumps over Nakazawa and says, that was your last warning. Okay, cool. All right, it was a bit odd, because they were trying to make it like it was a Christmas Eve edition of AEW Dark, but at least they're acknowledging that it's taped. I mean, I think that was pretty obvious. So then we get Shawn Spears versus Joey Janela. There's a creepy Jesus guy, or hipster Jesus guy, in the crowd that got a big pop, because the crowd started chanting creepy Jesus. We have Shawn Spears wanting to cut a promo about Santa Claus and everything, and telling the kid that Santa Claus, about how Santa Claus isn't real, or is he real? I don't know. But no, the Santa Claus isn't real. And then, but before he can say it, suddenly we get Janela Claus. We get Joey Janela in a Santa outfit. This match wasn't good. I don't care about this feud. I didn't care about this match. I didn't. I know there are Janela fans out there. That's fine. I've seen the guy live twice. I don't get it. I don't get the appeal. It was not very good. There were weird antics with Tully Blanchard, where Tully and Shawn were trying to maybe double team on him a little bit later in the match. There were also points where the referee could have counted to 50 when both men were outside the ring. Janela even did this chair assisted dive over the guardrail. I don't get with Janela. I don't at all. And then eventually, he hits a top rope elbow, 1, 2, 3. Shawn Spears loses. Whatever. I don't get it. I don't see. That's what the grade is. It wasn't a bad show. I didn't really care for the main event, mainly because I don't buy into the Shawn Spears Janela feud. But if I forget to put a poll up there, please let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do want to take a moment though. Thank you guys so much for the great feedback on the AEW reviews, Dark, pay-per-views, or Dynamite. Even if you don't agree with me, thank you guys for the feedback. It really means a lot. So, you agree, disagree with what I said, leave some comments, do all that stuff and everything. Thank you guys for almost 100,000 total views on the channel this year. It means a lot. And I will be back with more content on Friday. I'm taking Christmas off, and I am taking the day after Christmas off. So anyway, I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.